Good Friday morning to you, folks. Great to be with you. Matt and Noyes with the 1 Degree Outside Weather Network, 1degreeoutside.com. First of all, a shout out to Family Services of the Merrimack Valley, doing some great work in the community. And thank you for having Danielle and I host your fundraiser last evening. We still love getting to see everybody. We love getting out in the community, and we loved being at your event last night. You do some wonderful work. And folks, if you never heard of Family Services of the Merrimack Valley, you should check them out online. Very impressive organization with a lot of really wonderful success stories. Also, a shout out to Michael Coyne this morning, sends along this great picture of fire in the sky, our early morning sun coming up over Lake Attitash at the Amesbury-Merrimack line in Massachusetts. Fantastic shot. Thank you, Michael. Thank you to everyone who reaches out to us on social media. Our handle, simple, the number 1 degree outside. Let's get into Noyes Notes because this video, 1 degree outside today, covers the next 24 hours. But the notes, we'll go out a little bit farther. Let's take a look at what's coming here. South Coast, just so you know, you get a high tide splash over tonight, Friday night, and again on Saturday night. And the reason for that is because we've had a recent new moon. You get high tidal levels. This will include Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket, but again, should only be limited to the South Coast. There is the chance that we see northern lights in the North Country of New England on both Friday and Saturday night. Clouds may be an issue. We'll look at that here in just a minute. And you never know what side of the globe they're going to happen. I know it sounds weird, but basically it's based on latitude, how far north you are. And then as we get into it, you can see where the particles in the atmosphere get most excited. We do cross 14 and a half hours of daylight on Sunday. That's a milestone, especially when you consider we're almost to our peak daylight, 15 hours, 17 minutes on June 20th. I think you'd probably agree it would be nice if we could see a little more in the way of sun, right? Today is another one of these days where most of us see more clouds than sun. There are definitely some big holes in the clouds that allow for some decent sun for a while. This is the map at midday. Any of the scattered morning showers around southern New England actually get suppressed farther down to the south. Although notice as we get to 5 p.m., for example, some of those showers sneaking back into Connecticut, maybe a shower into the Berkshires as well, and a couple of showers coming out of New York State into the mountains of northern New England. So I can't promise you that there won't be a raindrop on you. It does depend on where you are, but you can see most of us, even at the end of the day, still staying fairly dry. Look, there is still a northeast wind. It's coming in off the ocean. Look what it does. High temperature today, only 51 degrees in Scituate. You might remember we kind of pegged this as being a really cool day right from the beginning of the week, thanks to AI correction, right? Artificial intelligence really was able to correct this forecast down to where it needed to be. The farther west you go, the less impact that a northeast wind has, but it's not like anybody is really warm overall in New England today. You come through central and southern New Hampshire, most of us are running in the 50s, and that includes the seacoast. You see the white that's on here, that white representing the clouds. But again, it's not that there's total clouds. We look together at where there are breaks, and a lot of us can see at least some breaks of sun. It's just that there's more clouds than sun. When we come across northern New England, most of us running in the 40s for today, and of course across the Great North and then into our Canadian provinces, even more in the way of cool air, so that some spots around Nova Scotia still having trouble getting out of the 40s. So I'd mentioned that overnight tonight with that chance of northern lights, there's going to be some clouds around. You can see where we put in the clouds. There's a number of them. There are holes in them. It's not impossible you'd see the northern lights in southern New England through some of the breaks in the clouds. It's just also not likely. The most likely spot would be northern Maine, where you also get some clearing, but notice how cold it gets. There will be a frost tonight in central and northern Maine, and there's a chance of frost for more of us heading into the overnight tomorrow night. And of course, that I will cover in the 1 Degree Outside Insights video that takes you through the next several days. I'll look forward to getting that posted for you at 1degreeoutside.com in just a little bit.